Yo, hey, 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 Nelson talk, Nelson. Princess, they gang. Magic's bets in the cut, got the game on lock. Flipping dimes, calling shots, every move non-stop. 615, parlay slayer, player odds like dice. In the trap house, betting lines, making racks feel nice. Pushing the line, we don't fold, don't shy. Cashing tickets, counting green to the sky. On the podcast, we ball, roll the spread. Money talk, never walk, bets ahead. Parlay slayer stacking chips like you bricks. Magic's calling plays, mixing schemes so slick. Numbers on the board, all these digits don't lie. In this trap house sports, best we fly.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Pushing the Line Sports. Me, Magic Bets, 615 Parlay Slayer, aka Mike B. I mean, go on say something, bro, because you ain't never quiet.
No, I'm letting you have your moment. I got my seat. I don't have an
I, I,
Oklahoma City
I
Thunder
don't,
hat.
I don't need to have no moment.
Oh yeah, you
I don't need
do.
to have no moment. I don't need to have no moment.
Yes, oh you need to have one.
Hey, hey, you subtly celebrated your Philadelphia Eagles victory in the Super Bowl. I'm gonna subtly celebrate OKC victory. We don't need a bunch of fanfare and a bunch of flashiness. I got my hat on. We good.
It's y'all first one.
I hope it's another one coming.
Now they won one as the Seattle Supersonics with Dennis Johnson and all those guys, but R.I.P. to him.
Well, I ain't
But
gonna sit here and say that I was a Seattle Supersonics fan. I really didn't become a fan until they got the OKC and Sam Presti started treating it like it's a game of 2K and trading everybody away.
yeah, and the crazy part about your team, we finna get into it. They're actually trying to move up in this draft tonight.
Um, it's possible. You know what? Let me do something quick. And I mean, this show is gonna be mainly about it's gonna be mainly about NBA. But something that you brought up to me that I do want to address because we have the college football 26 coming out in a couple of weeks. They've made a lot of upgrades to that game, and I can't wait to jump into it. But while we're talking about college football, let's talk about something that is good in college football. Lenore Seller's dad told him he didn't need $8 million.
Hmm.
He got offered by other schools to leave South Carolina to come play for another program with a million, well, with offers up to 8 million, and his dad gave him a lesson in life.
Do you like to listen?
I do.
I hate it.
I, now, I mean, there's two sides to it. I mean, yeah, the money's good, but as a parent, are you well off and is your son well off? If so, then yeah, it's a great lesson to teach him not to jump ship, show some loyalty, and finish what you started. But if you're struggling, man, sometimes you gotta take that better deal.
No, no. So I'm pretty sure if he's any kind of dad, he told his kid to go to college, get an education, make as much money as you can. I never understood why we're loyal to something that's not loyal to us. If you go to the NFL and you get drafted by the let's say you get drafted by the Las Vegas Raiders, and they're gonna pay you a rookie salary 3 years, 20 million. You're not gonna win a Super Bowl in those 3 years. You play good. The next team come up gonna offer you 4 years, 100 million, and the Raiders gonna tell you, yeah, we not gonna win, but we just want you to be loyal. That's not gonna happen. That's not college sports anymore.
Now,
The education is the $8 million. You're cheating yourself, and you're cheat. First of all, like you said, I don't know their money situation, but at the end of the day, if somebody offer you $8 million, that's the education. Go out and put yourself in the best possible situation that you can live in.
now, he may not have been in a bad situation. And you say that why are we loyal to something that's not loyal to us? They haven't showed yet that they're not loyal to him. They have proved that they've been loyal thus far. So if you're not given a reason to think they're going to be disloyal, then why turn your back on them? And another
So
point,
let me ask you this question: did he start last season?
yes,
Did he start the season before? Because I remember South Carolina, if I ain't mistaken, it was a quarterback there that got hurt,
he was a
and he
freshman
took his
last
spot.
year. He was
So
a
did
redshirt freshman last year.
so he didn't take nobody. Nobody on South Carolina got hurt, and he started for them
No,
later on.
he was a starter at the beginning of the season last year.
Okay, maybe okay. I stand corrected. But you said what? Repeat what you said about loyalty.
They haven't shown any disloyalty to this point. Now, I'm not saying that they wouldn't or won't, but if they've been good to you and giving you everything that you need to help you be successful and not being demanding on their end of what they need from you, then that's one thing. But I
Okay,
mean,
well you
they
offer
can
him
turn the coach.
$8 million.
Look, bro, I've turned down many opportunities in my life that could have had me up here, but right now I'm down here because my loyalties lie a little different than money.
It depends on if it's personal. He don't at this point in life. What we talking about? If he go out there this year and he suck that first game, he liable won't start that second. We know this. This is sports.
I
There's
mean,
no
it's possible.
loyalty in sports and politics. It's not.
It's possible. Same thing could go if he goes somewhere with 8 million.
But they
But
gonna give him the 8 million. If his
at the
career ends tomorrow, let's just say he walks outside tomorrow. God forbid he get in some kind of accident and don't play again. Then what? Then we gonna be like, well, damn, he should have
that
took the 8 million.
that 8 million is not up front. You have to do certain things to get all your money.
Okay, so they was gonna give him a contract. I believe it was 2 years, 8 million. I don't even think it was 8 million a year. I think it was split up. If I remember seeing this article correctly, they didn't say the school. It was a 2 year, $8 million deal. If he's that important to that school, won't you give it to him?
I mean, I'm pretty sure they're giving him a pretty lucrative deal right now. But at the end of this year, he should be able to go pro because I believe he is a redshirt sophomore.
Why go pro? Be loyal to the team, remember? If we
Hey,
talking about loyalty,
I, but he could end up being the top pick.
we talking about loyalty.
Hey,
What you just said
so
about loyalty.
so
So it shouldn't matter if he's the number one pick. If he's
so
loyal to the team, the number one pick shouldn't matter, right? We
I
can't
mean, if
move the goalposts on the definition of loyalty. Because if that's the case, take the $8 million, go to the better school, and you can still be the number one pick and make even more money.
well, there's a lot that comes with that. You have to go learn a whole new system. He's probably comfortable in the system he got, and they probably putting people around him to help make him successful. There's a lot of things that go into it
In
besides the
South
money.
Carolina,
Yes. And
at
another thing
South
and
Carolina.
another thing that you are not looking at is the legislation just passed where the schools can pay directly now, but they only have so much they can pay directly. So that right there might have capped off that money that he could have earned anyway.
Okay, so that's saying he might lose some money this year then.
It's a possibility. You just like to argue.
I,
That's all it is.
I don't like when people say the word loyalty and in that same breath they become disloyal to the loyalty that they just told me they loyal
No,
to.
no,
You just said
no.
he might be the number one pick, he gonna leave early. Well, stay.
He could be.
Well, stay loyal to the
He
team,
could be.
stay all 4 years. That's his part of the loyalty. Since we talking loyalty,
But the thing is, he could be graduating this year if he got his degree. Why do you need to stay loyal after you got your degree? You fulfilled your scholarship.
okay, we'll go somewhere else and get this scholarship and go number one and make $8 million.
Or something else. Anyway,
Say
anyway.
it.
We go.
It's a
We
horrible lesson.
no hell no. It's not a horrible lesson. For instance, look at Josh Jacobs from Alabama. He went to Alabama for the education. He was not the number one back. He wasn't number two back. He was literally the number three back. He could have transferred out, went to other schools and had a better situation where he's getting more carries. He
Mm-hmm.
stayed for the education and still ended up being a first round draft pick and he wasn't even thinking about going to the NFL. He was
Mm-hmm.
thinking about his education. So
Mm-hmm.
for different people, the situation is different.
And
It
you
depends
also
on
comparing Alabama to South Carolina. Now, if he
it.
was at Alabama, that's different.
It depends on what's most important to you. It ain't always the money.
Okay, so why you haven't heard Lenore Sellers say, "I don't want the 8 million"? You heard his daddy tell him he wasn't going nowhere. So obviously that means his ass probably said, "Hey, I want to go somewhere." For your ass to come out public as his father and say he's not.
I don't think it's
So
like
whose
that. It could have
decision
been
is
that
it?
way, but I don't know. It could have been that way, but I don't know.
I don't know either. But for it to be publicized, it had to be something to it other than
Well,
stupidity.
rumors probably got out about the team offering, and it was probably North Carolina knowing them because
It may have
you know
been.
how Belichick is.
Hey,
But anyway, we got the NBA draft starting tonight.
I really don't have nothing. After Cooper Flag get picked, I may change the channel.
Oh man, I'm gonna at least watch the first half.
I tell
Um,
you, I watched the lottery picks.
yeah. I mean, I'll sit here with it on in the background while I do other stuff, but I genuinely do like the NBA draft because I like to hear people's stories and what's going on. Because a lot of these kids that are international, we don't know a whole lot about them, but these scouts obviously know a ton about them.
Yeah, you're right on it. Now that I ain't gonna disagree with you with. I do like the backstory, how they got how they are. I just when I used to watch the draft, you would at least know 10 people in the draft. I only know about 3 or 4 in this draft, and I only learned about them because I watched the NCAA tournament. I know who Cooper Flag is, you know, Dynamite. I know Dylan. I do know Dylan Harper, but after that, most of them, I don't know.
I've known a few of them for the past couple of years, and then some of them just popped up on the scene to me. But that's no
And
here nor there.
whatever happened to the dominant college player? Why you don't see no more Michael Beasleys or Kevin Durant's? People who was actually good, and you was like, yeah, he should go pro. Why they? It's like it's a bunch of ifs. There's nothing guaranteed no more. Even Cooper Flag, like as good as he is, he has his inconsistencies about himself, as all college players do. I'm not saying that none of them are perfect, but you don't get the college player that's averaging 25 and 10, and he was just polished and just looked better than everybody. And you was like, yeah, he going number 1. What
You know,
happened to that?
you know why? Because the Americans don't love the game as much as they used to, and it's not as important for them to get there as it is some of these international players that live and breathe basketball because it's their way out.
1000% facts. So my question to that is, why do people get mad when you just speak the Bible that you just spoke? It's just the truth.
It is.
If y'all don't know, Adam Silver changed the All Star format to USA versus World. After you get past Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and LeBron James, who are all over 35 years old, if you can't put them on that team, give me a starting five other than Anthony Edwards that can compete with the world got. We don't have one.
All right. So you got one Achilles down, two Achilles down. That's two of the players. And you
and
know
you and you
that's
know
not a
what's
funny
crazy?
that's not a funny situation with the
It's not.
Achilles, but those are two players that you would mention for that team.
And you know
That's
what's
not
crazy about that?
that,
Not to
then
cut you off.
no, go ahead.
You talking about Jason Tatum and Tyrese Halliburton, right?
Yes, sir.
And those are the 2 people that was on the Olympic team that couldn't get in the game. Now
Yeah.
go ahead.
Hey, first of all, Steve Kerr don't know what the fuck he doing.
That's true. That's true.
Both of those guys should have been playing, but those are two people that you would definitely name. Um, shit.
You see what I'm
looking
saying?
without looking at a list and determining, it's crazy because SGA, he Team Canada, he gonna be international. Luca's international. Joker's international. Man, you got some. Even Embiid, yeah, he played USA, but he'd be on the international team.
He ain't from here. Yeah. Giannis,
Yeah,
he ain't from here.
Giannis. Yeah,
Wemby, he ain't from here.
yeah. Valid
You
point.
absolutely right. I just don't understand why we deny it. They keep saying that the face of the game has to be an American player.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. Ja Morant,
No.
I
The
forgot.
mugshot of America.
You got Ja Morant and Ant Man. That
The mugshot of America.
Zion, if he in shape.
Zion won't get in shape. And Zion strong. Zion doing some stuff that he probably shouldn't be doing anyway, man. He in trouble himself.
Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson. Okay, that's one.
That's about all I got. Kyrie, but he torn ACL.
Torn ACL.
AD,
I mean, you can put a competitive team on the floor, yes, but that
it ain't
international
fucking with
team,
that other team.
no, nowhere near, nowhere near. Uh, Speaking of not fucking with the other team, my team pretty much can run things back next year because everybody's still under contract. There's two restricted free agents that they never saw the floor.
hmm
Um, actually, three restricted free agents never saw the floor. Uh, the second Jalen Williams that didn't play much, he's got a team option, so they probably will pick that up. And then you got AJ Mitchell. They might pick up that team option. It's a
And you're
good chance that
getting
they don't. You said they're
you,
trying to move up. It's a good chance they might trade somebody tonight.
yeah, they have either one or two first round picks. I think one is is it 15? Somewhere in that area. It's in the teens. And they have their own that's late. And people forget they still got Nikola. Is his last name Jovic or Topic or something like that?
Um, uh, Topic.
He was hurt last year.
He was.
He
And
comes back next year, so they really getting another pick from last year's draft. Didn't even play last year. I think he was the 12th pick. He was a lottery pick, I think.
yeah, and he will be in the running for rookie of the year if he gets a lot of burn.
He's going to be in the running. So you gonna have Chet. You gonna have the whole team. So they probably can run it back. Sam Presti is in a position where they can win if they play their cards right. Two or
Yeah,
three.
he is running well. Well, now with this second apron, and you see the situation happening right now with Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to get rid of people that you really don't want to get rid of just to get yourself under that second apron.
Yep.
They realized that Jason Tatum is going to be out next year, so they got rid of Kristaps Porzingis in a trade, so they can get rid of that salary. Um,
Drew Holiday.
they got rid of Drew Holiday,
Mm-hmm.
and then they've been getting calls on Derek White and
Jalen Brown.
Jalen Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly Toronto reached out about Derek White, and supposedly the Jazz reached out about Jalen Brown. So how do you feel about them keeping or getting rid of him?
I mean, you paid Jalen Brown $300 million. He getting paid to be the number one option. This is his time to prove if he can be the number one option.
Stephen A was on the same track this morning, and I totally agree. Jalen,
You paid
Jalen
him
needs
all
to
that
show,
money, man.
yeah, he needs to show that he could be a number one option without Jason Tatum.
Mm-hmm. That's it. I like Derek White. If you can keep them both, great. If you can run it back with that, great. If you feel like you need to get rid of Derek White, get what you can from him. He had a hell of a year. You can get a haul back for Derek White. If the Knicks can give up four or five first round draft picks for Mikal Bridges and Memphis or Orlando gave up what 4 first round draft picks for Desmond Bain.
That one I still don't understand.
Me either. But the Lakers gave up 1 for Luka, but we ain't even finna go there. Derek White is a champion. He won a gold medal last year. Uh, he had, I'm sure, I don't know his numbers, but I'm willing to bet everything I got that last year was his best career year that he's had. I don't even think it's close, probably. It was times, if you didn't know better, you would think Derek White was a second best player.
Yeah, at times he was.
Yep. So if you feel you need to go the route the way you need to trade somebody, I would trade Derek White. I would pull Jaylen Brown to the side and be like, hey, big dog, go earn that contract. And another thing, big props to you. A lot of people don't understand what the second apron is. I was trying to explain it to one of my friends earlier today. The second apron is it pretty much is preventing the KD to the Warriors effect to the NBA. That's pretty much what it stops. And the penalties for being over the luxury tax in the NBA, it's more stiffer penalties. You can't just pay the luxury tax and that's it. It affects your free agency. It affects your draft picks. It affects how you build your team. You can't do trades with just straight up cash. Like it really affects how you build your team if you misuse that second apron. So it's
And
important.
in some ways, that second apron is good because it gives smaller market teams an opportunity to compete.
Mm-hmm. I seen something today. Let me see. I have to find it. They said it today. David Stern was the commissioner from 1984 to 2014, and only 8 different teams won in 30 years.
Yep.
Since Adam Silver took over in 2015 to 2025, it's been 8 different teams that have won a championship, and I don't think we've had a repeat since Durant and them done it, if I ain't mistaken.
Right now, there are no teams that can be considered a dynasty because everybody's given an opportunity to compete. I mean, everybody thought Boston was going to come run it back, but then you had
Mm-hmm.
the injury with Jason Tatum, and then that pretty much was it for them, knocked them out.
I don't know if they was gonna beat New York with Tatum. They was
They
struggling.
they probably wasn't. They probably wasn't. New York's looking good this year.
I think I ask you this. I know we got to move on, but who do you think is the favorite to come with the Achilles injuries to everybody that's going on? Fun fact for y'all before I ask this question: all three, Dame Lillard, Tyrese Halliburton, and Jason Tatum, all three of them got a number 0 jersey. Crazy shit. But who do you think is the favorite to come out of the East, considering all these injuries? Before draft, before trades, just how everything is set right now.
Everything's, you caught me off guard with that. So let me look at something real quick. Out of the
Uh,
East,
yeah,
right now, the way it sits, Detroit or Cleveland.
Detroit or Cleveland. I forgot about Cleveland.
Atlanta's set up good right now.
If Risha Shea keeps
Orlando set
growing,
up.
yeah, I was gonna say Orlando. No, I mean Detroit. My bad. Detroit. I like Detroit. I really like Detroit.
Yeah, they got a good young team. I think they get a decent pick tonight too, but don't quote me on that player. Get back over
Oh,
here.
and also, do you think? Well, I don't think Desmond Bain. He doesn't move the needle for me as far as going to Orlando. I know as a team they sucked at 3-point shooting, so he will help. It just didn't move the needle to me to where I'm like, yeah, Desmond Bain going to Orlando, yeah, they championship contenders now. It didn't do that for me.
Well, I think it's a better situation for him than it was in Memphis. Um, he
Oh
won't he
yeah.
whenever Jaren Jackson wasn't doing good or John Morant wasn't doing good, he had to be the alpha. And I don't think he is definitely. I don't think he's an alpha. He's not.
Mm-mm, no, he's a good
He's
second or third player.
he's a complimentary player.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
I
like
think
him.
he'll be a good fit.
I like him in Orlando. I like
I
Bankero.
I don't like his contract in Orlando though.
Man,
He's getting paid more than I think he's worth.
Same. I mean, he hasn't never been on All NBA or I know he hasn't been All Star.
Nope.
Yeah, that's and to give up four first round picks for that is crazy.
For unprotected first round picks.
Yeah, so they could all be lottery picks.
They could, but
Yeah,
I
that's
mean, I
crazy.
doubt they will. Um,
That's crazy.
which makes me wonder what the plan is in Memphis because they got Cole Anthony, but they still got Scottie Pippen Jr. They still got John Morant.
Mm-hmm.
Which one of them gets moved tonight?
I don't know what they're gonna do with Ja. I don't know. I don't know if he's been that much of a headache to where they just ready to move on.
I mean, if that was the case, they would have went ahead and tried to trade him.
For what you gave up for Desmond Bain, they probably could have got. They could have traded for Ja Morant, four first round picks.
Yeah, but that wouldn't have been the fit for Orlando. Um, I I know that Ja wants to stay, and I think that they will try to let him at least stay one more year to see if he can get his value back up before they move on from him.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody comes calling tonight and gives the right package, deuces.
I don't know if it would have been the right fit, but I will say, John Morant and Paolo Banchero would have been a nasty duo.
Well, the problem you got there is you got Jalen Suggs running point. Then you
Get
got
his ass out of there.
Anthony Black down there as the backup. That's what made Cole Anthony expendable.
Get whoever you got to get out of there to get Ja. In the East, if Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., I'd say Desmond Bain. They was the number 2 seed before Jaren Jackson got hurt and Ja got banged up. That's another thing that's hurting Ja's value. He keep getting hurt, and when he get hurt, he be out. Like he be out for a minute. It ain't just like a week. It's like a month or two. So I don't think his value is that high. I just think if you traded Desmond Bain for four first round picks, you could have got a haul for Ja. And you still may, like you said, we don't know what's gonna happen tonight. So we'll see.
I was trying to see something. My bad.
Nah, you good.
All right, but I mean, we've already had a few trades. We talked about the Desmond Bain. Had Kevin Durant go to from Phoenix to the Rockets for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, a first and 5 second rounders. Then also today, Fred Van Fleet picked up his player option. So
Hmm.
um, Houston seems to be pretty set.
Yeah, Kevin Durant going to Houston is real nice. I like that.
But what I didn't understand is you got rid of Jalen Green, who was a perimeter player,
Hmm.
and you kept Jabari Smith instead, which he plays the same position Kevin Durant plays. You
I
think
think
Kevin Durant wants to tutor? Nah, I don't think he does.
I think Kevin Durant tutors through his game. I don't think he's one that's going to be vocal and just sits there and walks you through it. I think if Jabari Smith Jr. if he wants to learn, he'll go in. He'll become a hooper. Ben, I think that's I've heard them say this a lot. Kevin Durant is not vocal. He leads through his work, and look where it's gotten him. And I think him being on that team, for one, if they have any kind of camaraderie, they'll come together and they'll know what this shit mean to KD. They'll try to go out there and win one for KD. You know how they always rally around the old dude.
Oh
And
yeah,
I think he'll show them how to work. I think what's his name? Ime Udoka. I think he has them in the right mindset to go out there and hoop. They was the number 2 seed last year. They wasn't just trash. So now you add this dynamic scorer, this dynamic player. And I think if they had KD last year, they would have beat Golden State. Because Jalen Green, he only had double figures in one game.
So I will say I think Houston goes for a perimeter player tonight. They got the number 10 pick.
Hmm.
So and that was from Phoenix via Brooklyn. I think they go perimeter player because They got Van Fleet. You got Thompson. He plays a small forward, but he can move to the two if needed.
I
You
like
got
him.
Reed Shepard, who's
Hmm.
probably going to be on the main roster this year instead of just the G League. So you got a little bit of perimeter, but you need some more.
You got Van Vliet. You got Durant. Uh,
Shingun.
Sengun. He really ain't perimeter though.
I mean, shit, he can pop out there.
But I tell you, him and Durant, that's gonna be a nasty ass pick and roll though.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be good. Um, who else do we have? C.J. McCollum went to the Wizards for Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
Uh, that's that. What's the old saying? Nothing from nothing leaves nothing.
So you know the Wizards did all that moving around. They freed up $100 million in salary cap. Who you gonna get to go to the Wizards? You would have to. It would have to be a duo. You would have to get. Hey, you had to sit down as a GM and be like, hey, if you come, tell me who you want. Because I don't think one star
Well,
would go to Washington on his own.
well, I think part of it was McCollum's contract. I believe is almost up.
Hmm.
Jordan Poole had a few more years left on his contract, so they may be working towards next year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
And
who would you get? Like, pretty much, if LeBron signs or LeBron is on his way out, you got Steph, KD. I don't think Ant Man is going anywhere. Like, what suit Luca? Luca's in his. He's looking for a deal now. Kyrie just agreed to a 3-year deal. So who and what could you possibly get?
so next year, since we own this, um, Dame Lillard, LeBron James, Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, Trey Young, um, Luca, they all have options next year or
Hmm.
unrestricted free agents. So unless they re-sign, those will all be options. But I don't see any one of them want to go. You got Zach Levine, James Harden, DeAndre Ayton, De'Aaron Fox. CJ's contract is up after this year, so actually CJ McCollum and Chris Middleton's contracts are up after this year. So they're gonna have a lot of money under the cap. So
Yeah, you're gonna
it's
have to
coming.
get two people to want to come there.
Uh, ain't no telling. Um, Kristaps Porzingis went to Atlanta, of course. Giroux went to Portland Trailblazers for Anthony Simons.
I like the Porzingis move.
Yeah,
He don't
Porzingis,
stay healthy, but I like the move.
but that helps the Hawks.
Definitely.
That helps the Hawks because they need a perimeter presence, which he could pop outside also if needed. Clint Capella is a free agent, so he's out. He's probably gone. And then they had
Kongwu took his spot anyway, didn't
yeah, yep.
he? Yeah.
Okongwu's still there. He'll probably run center.
How you say his last name? Zachary
Rashad,
Ricochet.
Rashad, yeah, something
Yeah,
like that.
he's there. They got a nice young
Jalen
nucleus.
Johnson's still there.
Jalen Johnson is still there. They got a
Uh,
nice nucleus.
Dyson Daniels, he's
Dyson
a
Daniels.
defensive player. Yep. So yeah, they should have a good squad. Kyrie opts out of his contract and signs a 3-year extension for less money today.
Yep.
So that helps them. So if they want to pick up somebody else, they can.
Hmm.
It's also rumored that Dallas may be interested in someone like Chris Paul, Malcolm Brogdon, or there was another name that was mentioned,
I
uh,
seen D'Angelo
D'Lo-
Russell.
D'Angelo Russell as
Yeah.
possible replacement till he gets back. So
Hmm.
that ought to be good.
That's the only team that I feel like presently constructed may give y'all some trouble. But they have so many people on their roster that stay hurt. That's the only thing that's gonna stop
Yep. Well, I think they just fired the whole training staff too.
them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you
which makes
see
sense.
the GM for the Nuggets open his mouth,
Oh Lord,
stick
he
his
opened a can
whole
of worms,
foot in there?
a whole can of worms. This second April got people acting a fool right now.
For those of y'all who didn't see it, the GM for the Nuggets came out today and said if somebody went down or got injured, they would have to explore the possibility of trading 15. If you watch basketball, you know who 15 is. He's talking about Nikola Jokic. Arguably, some people say he's the best player in the game. In saying that, they are about to offer him an extension. Now, if you're Jokic, do you take the extension?
You explore free agency or retire. He don't even want to be there. He don't care about basketball.
I think he do. I think he cares about basketball. He just doesn't show it the American way.
He
I
doesn't.
think,
He doesn't like the limelight.
yeah, he don't care about that. He want to go out there and he gonna hoop for 82 games. He gonna try to win a championship, and if he win or if he lose, it's gonna be the same emotion, the same feelings, and that's just that. He doesn't have that emotional fixation to the game that we want him to have, and it
You know
makes
the
it seem like he doesn't care.
you know the perfect market for him. Utah.
I hate Utah.
There's nothing there. It's perfect for him. He don't like to go out or do nothing like that. It's
That's
quiet,
true.
laid back.
I was gonna say New York.
No. New York is not the place for him. There's too much limelight.
They'll love him though.
They
I
would.
know he don't like it. I know he don't like it, but he will be the king of New York.
Yeah. So a couple of top free agents that are out there. Um, LeBron, he has the opportunity to decline his player option, which I can see him doing and giving a team friendly option, team friendly deal if they could pick up another star player, which is what he did last year. Um, James Harden has a player option. Julius Randle has a player option, and of course, Kyrie was in the notes, but he just declined his and resigned.
Yep.
Daniel Gafford, he resigned. Oh, Rockets, Steven Adams, he resigned. A lot of people thought he would have got out of there because of Shingun, but I mean,
Yeah.
that team is stacked.
I was hoping the Lakers would have got him. I seen when he re-signed. What do you think Giannis does?
Man, that is a tough question to answer because we were talking about loyalties earlier. He is a loyalty type person.
He is.
Sometimes loyal to a fault. Yeah, he wants to win championships and he wants to stay at the same spot, but he's hindering his opportunities to win championships by staying there because they're not doing enough to help him out.
I don't mean to cut you off. On you, there's a whole group chat going on YouTube, and we cannot see it on our screen. Can you see it?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I just happened to get on the live chat on my phone. I can see it on my phone, but I can't see it on my screen, so that's why I'm not responding. But now I see what y'all are saying. But go ahead. You was talking about Giannis.
Yeah, I can't see no chat.
Yeah, we can't see the chat. We're not ignoring y'all. We just can't see the chat. But go ahead. You was talking about Giannis.
I mean, I was pretty much done talking about Giannis.
Is it a place that you would want Giannis to go? If Giannis came out tomorrow and said, "I don't want to be in Milwaukee no more," where would you want Giannis to go? Don't say
Um,
OKC.
I, now, I mean, that was your thoughts last year if he was to get traded. Which, I mean, yeah, it would have been nice to have him, but I'm glad we did because what we had was good. But I can see Miami being a possibility.
Let me say this: if you would have traded for Giannis, you would have swept every team. Good, but
um,
I you ain't gonna like this. I already know. If Halliburton don't get hurt, I don't know. I honest to God want to say that y'all was gonna win, but the way he came out, he was 3 for 4 for 3. He was aggressive. I was like, no.
Well, I mean, I like to talk shit, especially when it comes to my teams, whether good or bad. But after game 3, I shut the fuck up. I wasn't saying nothing.
I don't think a lot of people gave Indy the respect that they deserved. And they have a great team. It's designed just like the Thunder. They just don't have that superstar.
I gave him the respect, and I will tell you that I was nervous. I honestly didn't even say nothing the night that we won the championship. I waited till the next day to say anything, and I still kept it subtle because I didn't think it was real, bro. I'm telling you,
I tell
the
you,
Pacers,
man,
Pacers came into play.
Indiana may have unlocked something with Benedict Mathurin. I think he is a hell of a player.
He is.
Honestly, overall, he may be their best player. Overall,
I mean, he's a hell of a player, and he's young.
he's young. Nimhard did everything he could against Shea. He just. I seen today or yesterday somebody said it. Great players become boring because they master their craft. Shea Gilgis, he's not flashy, but the mid range, he got it mastered.
He does.
Like you cannot stop him from free throw, maybe from the block out. You can't stop it. There's nothing that you can do.
One of the things to make him boring is his aggressiveness. His aggressiveness to get to the hole draws a lot of fouls. So people don't like that style of play for some reason,
Hmm.
but it works.
It works. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is probably the most boring superstar ever. He had one move, one shot,
Skyhook.
and and you could not stop it. That's greatness. Like it ain't nothing that you can do about it.
Not nothing. Um, who else?
Ah,
So,
18 minutes till the draft come on.
yep, yep. Andrew Wiggins is another name you might want to keep an eye on, who might get moved because of his contract.
I'm looking for some surprises. I need some surprises. I like the moves. I like Porzingis. I like Drew Holiday. I like Drew Holiday as a player, but I need some moves like Luca to the Laker type moves. Make me almost fall out my seat. That's what I'm talking about.
Uh, you ain't gonna get that. I would say somebody might end up going to the Timberwolves, but that sale just got finalized, so they don't need to value that up anymore.
Paul George may get moved. I seen.
I mean, Paul George stay hurt. Nobody wants Embiid, so he's not going anywhere.
It's a couple of trades out there, man.
Uh,
We'll see.
Darius Garland is one that I would keep on my radar.
I can see that.
I
I
mean,
looked on Twitter to see if anything was on there, but yeah, I did see Darius Garland. The Lakers need to make a move. What about
uh,
LaMelo Ball getting moved from the Hornets? The Hornets need to. I don't know what's wrong with the Hornets,
they still got the Michael Jordan curse.
man. Okay, well, what's wrong with the Wizards? Is that the Jordan curse?
Man, ever since he ran the team, they ain't been shit. God damn, Jordan, you
Like
should stuck. You should have went straight to racing and left the basketball alone.
them two teams, man, they've been sucking for as long as I can remember, and I hate it. I like the Wizards. They had Arenas and Karan Butler. They couldn't beat LeBron. And the Hornets, they had Kimba, but Kimba wasn't enough. I hate it, man. I really do. I like the parity in the NBA.
Yeah,
I think Adam Silver's doing a good job with that.
he is, and he's not afraid to change things up to see how it works either.
Yeah, I like that. That All Star game, that's gonna open up a whole lot of eyes around the league when they get their ass whooped.
Oh
I
yeah,
have no faith that that we can beat them in that All Star game. Like none whatsoever.
I mean it's gonna be tough.
No, it's not. You just not gonna win.
gonna
We
be
just not gonna win.
It's gonna be tough. So we got what right at 15 minutes for the draft starts.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows Cooper Flag is going number one.
That's
After
it.
that, after that it's a toss up.
Dylan Harper's going number 2.
I
I
think
think that's a given.
I think you're right, and I like that for them because number one, you got Stephon Castle who can
Mm-hmm.
play one or the two, and then if you get Dylan Harper who can also play the one or the two, that gives you two interchangeable parts right there.
Yeah. I think one of the big things in this draft is Ace Bailey. He didn't work out for nobody. And
He
I
didn't
think
want to
it's
go. He doesn't want to go to Philadelphia, who's
yep.
got number three.
He don't want to go to Utah.
And he don't want to go to Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
So does somebody trade up to get him?
That's something that I want to see. That's gonna be interesting.
I mean, he wants to be an alpha. He wants to be the number one option pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And the team that sets him up the best for that would be Washington.
He'll damn sure be the alpha. He'll be the omega too.
I mean, don't get me wrong, they got a couple of good young pieces, but I don't think any of them would be the alpha.
I'm not too high on Knipple. They got him as the 5th best. They got him going almost top 5. I'm not high on him like that.
He's been between 5 and 7 in most of the mock drafts I've seen.
Every time I watch Duke play, he just didn't do it for me. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's getting drafted 5 through 7 or 5 through 10. Let's just stretch it out to 10. Like, in most drafts, he wouldn't even be a lottery pick, man. Like, he just don't do it for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm hating. Am I hating?
I wouldn't say that you're hating. I would just say that depending on what basketball you like or what style of basketball you like, there's just certain players that you like, that ain't the type of dude that I want to see play.
I think when you watch college sports, you can just kind of look at somebody and be like, damn. Ain't none of them really doing that for me.
I mean, Duke was more of a team-oriented basketball team anyway.
They was.
People say that Cooper Flag wasn't the dominant player that they wanted him to be. Of course he's not. He had other players around him. He didn't have to be dominant.
Sure did. They keep forgetting the other guy. What's his name? Malawak. He's up. He's going in the first round too.
He's going first round. He might be a lottery pick.
Mm-hmm.
Zion James, he might get drafted in the second round.
They had a hell of a squad.
Yeah.
He didn't have to do everything. But you could also watch Duke play and understand that he was their best player.
Yeah, there's the kid that went back. I can't remember his name. If he had came out, he would have got drafted either late first round or early second round.
Mm-hmm. They got a good team, man. I hate Duke. Oh my god, I hate it. I can't stand it.
Two players that I really like in this draft are VJ Edgecombe and Trey Johnson.
See, I don't know a lot about VJ Edgecombe.
Boy, hey, when I tell you the boy can jump out the gym.
That's all. See, that's what I'm saying. I know that part, but I don't know a lot about his game. I didn't see a lot of his game.
He could jump out of the gym. He's gonna be a good 2 guard for somebody, and he may fit in Philadelphia if that's where he goes, which they've got the 3rd pick. I think he could either actually him or Trey Johnson would fit in good there or Charlotte. And then
Okay, I can
Utah
see that.
Jazz on the board. I don't know who fits with them. A lot of people had Jeremiah Fears going there, but I don't see him going there.
That's who I see them. I'm looking at the mock draft. That's who I see them. They got him going. Fears. They got him going to Utah.
Utah got I can't think of his name right off, but the kid out of USC last year.
Utah has you talking about guards?
Yeah.
Don't they still have? No, I think they may have traded Talon Horton Tucker.
They had the point guard. You gonna make me look it up?
No, I got it right here. You talking Keontae George?
No, I mean they got him, yes, but the point
They don't
guard.
have nobody on their team that went to USC.
You crazy?
I'm
Isaiah
looking
Collier.
there. Oh,
Isaiah
okay.
Collier.
I see him.
Yeah, he came on late in the season, and started playing good.
Yeah, I see him.
So he probably gonna be their starting point. So you really don't need fears. They just had John Collins resign. Pick up his player option. He might be a trade piece.
Yeah, the way Anthony Edwards dunked on him, I definitely trade him.
Well, you got Laurie Marketing playing the same position, so
Oh,
they didn't work out a whole lot.
speaking of Utah, I did see a trade rumor today that the Lakers may try to offer them something for Walker Kessler. The Lakers are desperate for a big man.
Well, they could have had Mark, what's his name?
Mark, was it Mark Williams from the Hornets?
Well, yeah, they could have had him.
They rescinded the trade.
Hmm.
Yeah, and we would have needed him because we had Rudy Gobert looking. Yeah, look, let's just end this. Let's end it. I don't even want to talk about it.
Rudy.
That pissed me off, man. That really made me mad. I'm fine losing to the better team. But the way I feel about Rudy Gobert is the same way Vernon Maxwell feel about Utah. I can't stand Rudy Gobert, man. I just can't. I can't. His game is awful. To have a 2020 game on us, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I'm through.
All right, Mike said we through. The NBA draft is about to come on. Y'all go ahead and tune into that. We will definitely follow up on what happens in this draft on our next show. If you are interested in our fantasy football league, reach out to Mike. I shot him the link for you guys to join. Shoot me a message, either one. We get done. We got 8 teams left.
The first annual Pushing the Lines Fantasy Football League.
Hmm. If you
On
need a
y'all.
breakdown of how the payouts are going to happen, you can hit me up. I can let you know. But I want to say it's $300 to first place.
Sound good to me.
Peace out. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Y'all
Catch some
be
of y'all
cool,
on
man.
Call of Duty.